All right, what's up, ladies and germs? Welcome back to the show. It's July 3rd. I think everybody's off of work today, 2:10 p.m. I'm here with Anna and Doc from Hoof Hearted Podcast. Ellie's probably going to be joining us. She can jump on when she gets here. So what's up, Doc? What's been going on? It's been a while.
It has been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing, man. I'm just still just doing rideshare bullshit and trying to look for work, which is
Yeah.
damn near impossible.
It's tough, man. Gavin
Yeah.
Newsom's got that whole place fucked up over there.
Yeah, he had San Francisco fucked up, and now he decided to go ahead and fuck up the whole state. He was tired of fucking up one city.
The crazy thing is, I could see him running for president and it'll fuck
Oh
up the
yeah.
whole country.
Oh yeah, no. I mean he's yeah, I'm sure he could do a better job of fucking it all up for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's scary. How
Yeah,
can
and
somebody?
he could
I
win.
can't see how people can look at California and be like, "Yeah, I want that."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't honestly say there's anything about the politics here in California that I like. I mean, I'm a pretty like I'm not really conservative. I'm not really like liberal either.
Right.
But there's just a lot of things that I don't really agree with. But all the politicians, especially here in California, they're more like do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
So
Well, that's
um,
all of them.
yeah, and
Pretty
that was
much.
that was really apparent back in 2020 and 2021 when
Right.
they were shutting down everything, but they were still going out and having their parties and
Yeah, I
all that
remember
stuff.
that.
Yeah, yeah. So
That
it's
that
all bullshit.
was. I could probably speak for everyone. That was probably the worst time of my life, and I don't know. If that any of that shit ever happens again, I hope people are smart enough to not comply because I know I ain't. I'm not going through that shit again. No
You know
way.
what? The good thing about the town that I live in is, and honestly, this is the way most of California is.
Yeah.
It's pretty conservative. You just have San Francisco and you have L.A. and those two cities pretty much run the whole state.
Right.
So they're both extremely liberal. Everyone's wearing masks, even by themselves in a car, which I thought was stupid. But uh, it like a lot of people did not wear a mask here in my
Right.
town. So
I heard a joke. Wearing a mask in your car by yourself is like sleeping alone with a condom on.
yeah, yeah, jerking off with a
It
condom.
makes no
Yeah,
sense.
nah, no,
Makes no sense.
yeah, I agree.
uh, so, you got any current events?
I don't have any current events. I don't really dig too deep into the news
Right.
because I find it depressing.
I
So,
hear you.
um, but honestly, like there's just been a couple things that I've been kind of like, I don't know. I've been watching that Skinwalker Ranch thing.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen that show, but
No, I know about Skinwalker Ranch. I mean, seems like
yeah,
it's basically like a portal area for whatever reason.
that seems to be what they're noticing. I mean, it's the show is entertaining just because I mean they dramatize a bunch of stuff, but um, I still find it interesting. My thoughts on aliens and UFO technology.
Yeah.
Um, it might have changed a little bit, but I still don't know if I necessarily believe it. I mean, basically, I used to believe in it more, but then the government started saying that yeah, UFOs are real, and then I started to not believe it because I'm like, if the government's telling me that this is real, then it's got to be fake. So I just start thinking like, probably some kind of like Project Blue Beam, stuff.
Yeah.
So you know about that, right?
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, yeah. Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
I didn't realize how big it was. 500. It's a 512-acre property in Utah's Utah Basin, long rumored to be a hotspot for UFOs, cryptozoology, and paranormal activity.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're thinking that they found, like, on the show they talk about it, but they're thinking that they found some dire wolves, um, which has been extinct for 10,000 years allegedly.
But didn't they
So
just clone some or something like that?
that's what that, yeah, I saw like an article about that. Like I think they put it on like Time magazine or something. So
That was a
um
couple years ago, I think.
yeah, yeah. So I mean there's a good possibility that they were they're cloning them and then just releasing them.
That is weird. They clone these things and then they release them on Skinwalker Ranch. Come
Yeah,
on, man. That's crazy.
yeah, probably, possibly.
So while I was looking at, obviously I was the episode today is about Long Island, and it wound up also being kind of about Switzerland because of
Yeah.
Nazi activity.
Okay.
But this current event wise, so there was a field trip in Long Island. This would have been in, or no, that's another story. A child got kidnapped in Long Island.
On the field trip?
No, that
Oh,
was,
okay.
I'm sorry, that was a separate
Oh,
story.
different story. My
I'm
bad.
getting
My
two
bad.
things confused.
It's all good.
Actually, this was back in 2022, but there was a kid that got kidnapped. And so they interviewed this other chick that got kidnapped for 17 days in Long Island. So the kid that got kidnapped in 22, the dude had her underneath a staircase. All right, this chick that got kidnapped back in the day, it was like 30 years ago.
Hmm.
But they found an underground cave with furnishings
Hmm.
and like a post where you could chain somebody up. So
Damn.
it's hard to believe that she was the only one that was down there. I mean, they
Yeah.
finally caught the dude. It says here they were interviewing her, right? She says, I was very sad for her. She's talking about the one that got kidnapped in 22, but ultimately ecstatic that she was found. And this girl's name was Paisley Schultes. The one that got kidnapped back in the day was Katie Beers. In 1992, Beers was a little girl at the center of headlines, kidnapped and chained in darkness as her captor eluded police. Ultimately, her abductor led investigators to his elaborate underground bunker. So she was only not this one in 22 was only down there for 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it was just crazy that he had furnishings and shit down here in this cave. But I'll tell you about this other one. This one happened last month. So this was the field trip I was talking about.
Okay.
Dozens of young girls unexpectedly emerged from a drain in the patio of a Rockland County restaurant Wednesday after taking an unauthorized trek underground. They were at where was it? Nyack Memorial Park, which is in New York City. So they're on this field trip. They saw the culvert, they saw the cave, and they thought, let's go take a look, see what's there. And they started walking and just kept walking and walking. The mayor says the group traveled roughly half a mile through the dark culvert on rocks and uneven terrain before safely finding an exit at Hudson House Restaurant. The dude that owned the restaurant. I was in the office when I heard kids chattering. I was like, where is that coming from? He was astonished to find the young girls climbing out of a drain over a creek in the courtyard behind the restaurant.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about like these. They were in tunnels, right? They wandered into some tunnels.
Yeah, it was like a drain tunnel.
Oh, okay. All right then.
So they're lucky it didn't start raining.
Yeah.
Um,
Like just
yep.
like keep track of your kids, man. Like,
Right.
don't they have any chaperones? Like why
Right.
just
Yeah,
letting
that was
them
on the
roam around?
teachers, you know?
And did they never see that? They didn't. How old were these kids? Did they not see the movie It?
Right.
Like don't go in there. They float down there.
I'm thinking there were teenagers. I don't see where it says.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's talk about as you told me before we started recording, I was pronouncing Montauk Island wrong. It's Montauk.
Montauk, yeah,
What can you
correct.
tell me about that? Because you said you did a couple of episodes on that.
Yeah, so um it used to be like a military some sort of military base, and then they
Okay.
closed it down. The allegedly I mean, there's a rumor there, and it just comes from one guy, but he claims um that he was there as a child, and they used to strap him into some chair, and then the adults would do things sexual to them to get them to heighten like some kind of like psychic ability or something.
Oh my! So it
And
sounds like some Aleister Crowley type of shit, like
yeah,
sex magic.
but they were allegedly they were doing this stuff to get these kids to go ahead and do like kind of like psychic, to release their psychic abilities, to travel to other times, to travel to other planets, to see, you know, spy like plans for, kind of treat them as spies, kind of like was that
Remote
remote
viewing.
viewing? Yeah, kind of like that. And that's what this one guy claims. And also there was this they call it the Montauk Monster. This thing washed up on shore, and
I did hear that. Yeah.
you heard about that? Okay, yeah. So they've come out that it was like a raccoon that just like lost all of its fur, but it looked weird. And anytime you see an animal that doesn't have its fur, it would look weird. So, but it had everybody thinking, and I think it's close to Plum Island, isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
Long Island area.
yeah,
It's all the same area. Yeah.
yeah. So but yeah, there's just one guy that he wrote a book and he'd been talking about it, went on a bunch of podcasts and stuff, but I don't think the guy is very credible because he
Oh, she
also
brought up a
claimed,
picture of it.
oh yeah, the Montauk Monster, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that is weird looking.
they say it was a raccoon. Um, its nose had fallen off, and so it was just, jaw basically. It looked like a beak, but it wasn't really a beak. It's just, yeah. So yeah, it looks gross, and it looks like a monster.
Yeah, it
But
does.
yeah, but anyways, that guy, the one guy that was claiming all this stuff had happened, he also said at one point, because I had listened to him on a podcast, or it might
Uh-huh.
have been on Coast to Coast, I don't even remember, but he was claiming that Barack Obama was also one of the kids that was in this program, and him and Barack Obama traveled to Mars together, like psychically. So
Wow.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, he was saying all sorts of stuff that was just it was just wild. So um
I I don't know, man, because that's all part of the MK Ultra program, and it sounds a lot like Ted Kaczynski what he went through because
yeah,
he got separated from his family for some quote unquote illness that he had, and he wasn't allowed to contact his parents or. But I don't remember anything sexual. But
yeah. This guy was claiming that they were doing stuff. They were like, I think they were forcing the kids to masturbate or something in the chair, or it was something of that nature.
that's
So
sick,
yeah, to try to release, and it's like a sex magic type thing.
right?
I sent that video in that group chat, of
Uh
that lady talking about that lady talking about you know,
right.
masturbating, doing like sex magic and stuff. And, I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I know Aleister Crowley was into that, and there's plenty of other people who are into that. Even biblically, like in the Bible, they talk about that, like where they were like sacrificing children and having sex like on the altar, like next to them as the babies burned and stuff. So I mean
Oh
that kind
yeah.
of that kind of stuff has been going on for a very long time.
Well, the pagans would they would share their wives and shit, and
Y-
then on a certain day, right? And then 9 months later, or whatever, 10 months, whatever it was, they would sacrifice all the babies because they weren't sure if they were theirs or not. To
Yeah,
Moloch,
yeah, sounds about right.
throw them into a fire or whatever. Sick people, man.
Yeah,
But you're
but
you're right. It's been going on forever.
yeah, but I mean, back to the whole. You're talking about the MK Ultra, and you're talking about Ted Kaczynski, and kind of like taking these children to be these whatever, like assets, brainwash them, whatever. But right now, my wife and I were watching this show called The Institute, and I don't know if you know anything about that show.
Remind me. I might have watched it.
It,
I'm
they've
into
only
that
had
type of shit.
They've had one season. Apparently, it was a short story written by Stephen King, and or based off of a short story written by Stephen King. And these kids they already have these abilities, but some of them haven't really unlocked them. And what the institute will do is they will go and kidnap these kids and try to, like, through all these tests that are very like brainwashing, like forcing them to watch videos, giving them drugs, and forcing them to, like, they use like sounds also, to like frequencies, to kind of like wake up these psychic abilities, either telekinesis or uh, what's telepathy. Those are the two that they're trying to unlock. And um and so they put these kids in this building, and then once they unlock those abilities, then they put them in another room or another part of this building, and they have them basically, like, as a group, to like really focus their powers. They have them like they do like they I don't know, I'm trying to like describe it, but they psychically put themselves in somebody else's body and force them to do their deeds, basically. So, and
Okay.
they're doing it all under the guise of like saving the world. But when I started watching this, like it started making me think of the Gate program. Do you know anything about the Gate program and the theories behind that?
The gifted and talented, they separate them from the rest of the kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I
I
know Ted
actually worked.
Kaczynski was in that too.
Yeah, and I actually, like, I didn't even know about this, and I can't remember how it was brought up, but I was working, and one of one of the girls that was there, she started to talk about it, and then she's like, I was in gate, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, you guys got to go on field trips and stuff. That was cool. And and then she was telling me, no, like they've like memories are starting to come back to me. Like they were like doing these tests on us, and and I was like, what? And she's like, remember when you used to have to take the hearing test?
Yeah,
And
yes. I was
yeah,
gonna bring that up. Yeah.
yeah. So she's all, that's when they end up, when if you can hear a certain thing, then they go ahead and they pull you aside, and that's how you end up getting in the gate program. Like and then, so it's like certain frequencies that they use to kind of like, erase your memories and all this stuff. I was like, that's crazy. And like now you could see, like, I guess on YouTube, and they have some of those like frequencies to kind of like unlock like memories that have been hidden away. So I don't know, man. I don't know how real all that is, but I wouldn't put it past anybody doing that kind of stuff. But I just found it interesting because,
Oh yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
yeah, people are starting to wake up to all that.
Yep. Another thing I was gonna bring up too. Did you hear they're closing CERN down until 2030?
Yeah, yeah, for like what, 4 years? Yeah.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you got 2030 is supposed to be a big year for the elites. You know, what's the there's a program they have that all these goals are supposed to be reached by 2030.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think,
Agenda 2030, I think it's called.
yeah. Well, I know Newsom was saying that we're supposed to be only selling electric cars by 2030. Like just only electric cars. No more ICE cars in California are being sold. Like you could still have one. You could still have a internal combustion engine. You just can't buy a new one in California by 2030. That's what the goal was.
Well, I can tell you right now what's going to happen. I've been saying this for years on this podcast. The rigs and the 18 wheelers are not gonna they're not gonna be able to be electric, at least not anytime soon. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna make truck driving like a government business, and they're gonna be the only ones that are allowed to use diesel and shit.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't. I mean, these guys barely sleep.
Yeah.
They got to make money, so they're stopping for 4 hours every 24 hours, and you got to stop way more than that, especially if you're pulling weight. I mean, with the electric vehicles they have now, you got to stop way more often than that, and it's just not going to work. And so I think they're going to, in my opinion, I think they're going to make it a government program, and it's going to be, well, they're going to say, oh, well, these guys are allowed because they're the government. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
can
I
see
mean?
that.
It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I did just see like a little headline. I didn't read the whole article, but I guess there's been the first accident with one of those Tesla semis, the semi trucks, the Tesla ones.
Oh,
They
I didn't
find
know
they
they
had
had that.
Yeah, yeah. So there was an accident. It happened in Nevada where the semi um, like plowed into a a beetle vehicle, and then somebody, yeah, the people in the beetle, they died. So
Oh, I can
uh,
imagine.
a beetle versus a semi, yeah, you're not,
Yeah,
beetle ain't winning.
man. I mean, it
Yeah,
sucks. It's not funny,
it
but
does
I
suck.
mean,
Yeah.
it's a beetle stands no chance.
No, no. And I didn't read what caused the accident, but I don't know if the Tesla semis are self-driving or not, um but I do know that they're fully electric. And actually here in my town, like not too far from where I'm at, they're building this massive um like charging center for semis. So I mean, it is a thing that's coming, at least to to California, and I don't know where those charging stations are at, but I know that there's going to be one that's not too far off of the 99.
Damn. Yeah, it
Yeah.
says 2 people died in that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
It's the first known fatal crash. But I mean, I'm sure it's been in other accidents, so it happens. I just don't know
Including
if
regular vehicles like the cars too. Nobody's died yet.
no, no. There's been plenty of people who've passed away in that. I mean, a handful, I would say, but a
You're saying
handful is
just
more
the
than
the trucks.
just the semi. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, let's see here. What does that say? Yeah, yeah. It says the driver of the Tesla truck wasn't injured. Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
Yeah,
So it
but
was
yeah,
an old school Beetle instead of vintage
yeah,
Volkswagen
vintage.
Beetle.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Um, but yeah, that's what got me going about when I was telling you about CERN shutting down.
Hmm.
Did you realize that that's not the only hadron collider?
Yeah, I've heard that there's others, but I just didn't. I can't remember where they're at.
Well,
I
one of
think that
them's
I.
at Brookhaven. That's what got
Okay.
me looking into Long Island, and then Long Island led me to Switzerland. You know how it gets. Let's see. Yeah. So Brookhaven National Institute. Anna, can you bring up Brookhaven National Institute conspiracies? I know one thing. I was looking into. So I think it was 1946 when it opened, and I was looking at. Okay, who was the first director? His name was Philip Morris,
Okay.
and I'm going. All right, who are these people? And that was like around right after World War II. And so, in my opinion, Germany lost World War II, but the Nazis won.
Oh yeah.
So they spread the Nazis out. A lot of people hear about South America,
Yeah, Argentina.
like there was a headquarters in Argentina,
Hmm.
and all the gifted scientists and doctors and stuff all came to the United States.
And Russia. Like they
Okay.
had they had like a little draft, like a football draft, and they're like, okay, I'm picking this guy for round one, and they just went back and forth.
And then the U.S. is like, all right, I'll take Werner von Braun. He's going to run
Exactly.
NASA.
Hmm.
But also, you got United States, Russia, South America, mainly Argentina, but they're all over now. But
Yeah.
also Switzerland,
Oh, okay.
because the Bank of International Settlements, they were the ones that were cashed in, holding all the stolen gold that the Nazis stole.
Hmm.
And they're like, oh, well, we're neutral, so we have to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, and Switzerland is a trip because you can't, you, well, that's where CERN's at in Geneva. And that's where the World Health Organization headquarters is. That's where the, what's the group I'm thinking of? They have a meeting there every year. All the elites. I can't think of it.
Bilderberg, the Bilderberg group.
Yeah, them.
Okay.
But also, who's the one that Klaus Schwab was running? Now
I can't
it's
remember what that let me look that up. That way you don't have to get up.
All right, we're back. I had to go grab another beer, and It was the World Economic Forum. I had to look it up. I had a brain fart.
Yeah.
So the World Economic Forum, they meet in Geneva once a year. And that's like the who's who of scumbags. Um, and so all the hookers from around Europe, they all migrate to Geneva during that meeting. It really is like there's really no good people in that group. It's just I mean, I ain't got nothing against hookers, but
No.
it's just like a sin fest. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's like, remember when we used to watch cartoons when we were little, and all the scientists would be like have like a Nazi accent.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? Isn't that
Yeah.
a trip? It's like we were just little kids, but we didn't really understand just how true that really was, man. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's crazy. um, yeah,
You
but
know
they
who
got a
I was gonna say real quick, you know who else is from Sweden?
who's that?
What's her name? Greta Thunberg.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's also from Sweden. So
yeah, the climate change.
yeah, a lot of stuff going on in Sweden. I mean, the thing is, you're talking about like all these guys, all these scumbags, like doing terrible things. Like, I mean, they're all do. I just feel like what they're doing is they just put a new label on whatever group. Like, I mean, they're all the same group. It's all the same. They're in like all of these different things, but um they just put a new label on it so they can kind of like misdirect you. You know what I mean? You just put
yeah,
a new coat of paint on the shitty car, you know? It's like, I got you keep changing the paint color of your Pinto, it's still a Pinto. It just looks different,
yeah.
and that's what they're doing. Like they're just trying oh, is that a brand new car? No, man, same car, just different paint. So that's just basically what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So,
I wouldn't put it past them to like because I know Greta Thunberg or whatever Thornburg or whatever her name is. I wouldn't put it past that like her being, uh, you know, uh, I guess put out there for as a distraction or misinformation or something like that.
oh yeah,
Uh, yeah.
the
See,
whole the whole
yeah,
climate change thing is the the whole purpose of it is so that the banks can gain access to all the natural resources, right? And the main bank, like I was saying earlier, is the Bank of International Settlements, which is in Switzerland. Uh, it's just the whole thing is bullshit, and you got people like John, or no, not John Kerry, Al Gore. His daughters are now talking about that shit. I mean, I don't know if I'm not saying they're evil. I don't know if maybe they really believe it because they've had this shit shoved down their throat.
yeah.
But going back to Geneva, so I was talking to this other dude, and he messaged me. He said some remnant of Lucifer has an outpost in Geneva.
Mhm.
And he's talking about, if you recall, the 2016 underground train tunnel opening ceremony. He said it's
Mm.
a ritual to the androgynous goat god Pan.
Okay.
It says here, and I'm not familiar. I do read the Bible, but I'm not familiar with this. It says Caesar Philippi, when Jesus tells Peter that he will build his church and hands Peter the dominion, that's at the gate of hell, aka the grotto to Pan. So I'm saying that, but I don't really understand it. And it's what this guy told me. After Jesus' resurrection, no such grotto or altar was ever built again. They went underground, and Christianity surfaces up from the catacombs of Rome. So,
Okay.
yeah, I can't remember. Are you religious at all, or not really?
I was raised in church, so I've done plenty of Bible studies, um, so I'm familiar. Now I would say I'm more spiritual, I guess. I believe in a creator,
Right.
but yeah, I'm not religious.
That California's rubbing off on you, man.
Well, I think what it is I feel like the the way that we've been taught, there's like an agenda behind it, and I feel like we're not getting true knowledge. We're not getting truth. We're getting told false false stuff.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get what you're saying, but all right. So that can that kind of reminds me of the Garden of Eden. All right. So trying to withhold information. You know what I mean? Like if you if you listen to Alice Bailey or Madame Blavatsky, when you say spiritual,
Hmm.
they're saying that basically they're trying to flip flop God and Satan, right? They're saying that
Oh yeah.
well, Satan wanted Adam and Eve to have knowledge, but God didn't. They're basically trying to say that God and Satan are really on opposite sides. But in reality, Adam and Eve were just created prior to that. And so it's not that God wasn't going to give them knowledge. It's just that they weren't mature enough.
Yeah, I could
That's the
see
way
that. Yeah.
that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And so the devil or Satan or Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, he was basically like a pedophile creeping around at the playground. Like, hey, come here, let me tell you something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's it's everybody's different. I was just I thought you were somewhere in between there, so it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I believe in a creator. I really don't believe in evolution. But I believe that we were created. I feel like we are too complex to think that we just like evolved from some kind of amoeba or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we weren't
Now,
fish. We weren't some kind of missing link. I mean,
yeah.
they were probably our relatives, but
Now
you
I
know,
do believe in evolution. I
they,
not These scientists are idiots, man. I mean, really. They when they talk about a peer reviewed study, it's only got to be like two people, and it could be people from their own office. So none of that means shit to me. It's stupid. But I don't believe that we evolved from monkeys or something like that. But I mean, evolution itself is the work of God. It's like
I think so. Yeah.
like an animal uh starts developing what are these teeth that you chew meat with? If an animal
Molars.
starts just all that. I mean, it's like if you're using something more, it evolves. You know what I mean? That's all part of God's handiwork to me.
I mean,
Um,
I think maybe there's like to an extent, like evolution is. I feel like it is a possibility, but I don't necessarily believe exact. I don't believe that it is exactly how they ended up saying. Like, I don't think that we came from some kind of amoeba. I don't think that we are, you know, came from apes or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I to an extent, yeah, there's some sort of evolution. Like things adapt for
Right,
sure.
right.
But
That's all it is, man.
yeah,
They come up with some of the, and that's the other thing when you're talking about science. Carbon dating is not absolute. It's like
no,
they try to guess. They use their little calculations and try to figure things out. It's like they have no idea, or it's been so many thousands years without sunlight, and here's how we're going to test it. It's like, get the fuck out of here. They
yeah.
don't know what they're doing.
Well, like I tell my kids, like I've told my kids since they were little, like science is just an educated guess. That's all it is. It's an educated guess
Right,
because science is constantly changing. New things are discovered, but unfortunately, new things get discovered, but nobody talks about them because there's not enough money in it, or because it'll totally disrupt what we've learned, and people people get killed for it, people get
right.
killed for that knowledge. So um it's just yeah, science is an educated guess, and the scientific
The
things that
hypothesis.
yeah, and then the scientific things that are talked about because they're the ones with the money. And you talk
Right,
about like a lot of these scientists and researchers, they get grants, and that's how they get paid. And they're only going to get their grants and get paid if they follow along with what the story is supposed to be. So if they say anything new or out of line, then there goes their money, you
right.
know, and possibly their life too. So
So
yeah.
here's she brought this up about carbon dating. All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
common issues that cause inaccuracies. Contamination. Samples can
Mhm.
be easily skewed by modern carbon, soil acids, or smoke introduced during excavation or in the laboratory. The atmospheric effect. Carbon 14 levels in the atmosphere fluctuate over time due to natural forces like solar activity and human activities like fossil fuel burning and nuclear testing, which requires scientists to carefully calibrate their results. Um, yeah, it pisses me off because everything's carbon dating and peer reviewed studies. It's like, dude, that could have been two people that work in the same office as you. Of course, they agree with you. Probably working
Yeah.
on the
Right.
same damn study. You know.
Yeah. I like I said, I feel like there's a lot of financial pressure to stick with
Oh
the
yeah, for
norm,
sure,
right?
dude.
And not just financial, it also, your
And
life.
who's to say that the dude putting out this research isn't the boss of the other two or
Yeah.
three or 10 or whatever,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at a lot of things, vaccines, for instance. Some of them will get pushed out pretty damn quick.
Oh yeah,
You
we
know,
we all we know all about that.
yeah. So I don't. Just because somebody's in a lab coat doesn't mean that I'm gonna believe them.
Right. Exactly.
Especially since I could go down to Spirit Halloween and pick up a lab coat. So
Right.
and fake glasses, and then I could look like a doctor or a scientist.
Don't forget the Nazi accent though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, I think my Nazi would sound Mexican. So that's the best I could do, or Southern, like he's
yeah.
from the South.
Hey, so you're driving Uber, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, are you anywhere near a military base?
No,
No, I
no,
was
I'm
gonna
not.
say none of them dudes have cars. I used to take a taxi everywhere when I
Oh
was
yeah,
in. You know what I mean? Because shit, I was getting when I was a private, I was making maybe 700-800 bucks a month. Of course, we didn't have to pay for food, shelter, or even clothing, really, but
yeah.
except when we went off base every once in a while. But we you're most of them guys are spending all their money on beer. No, none of them have cars. Very
No.
few of them. So I was just saying, I know there's a lot of bases out there in California. I was born out there in Long Beach because my dad
Yeah.
was stationed out there. But that was just an idea. But you're probably too far away.
Yeah, I'm too far away. I'm in the valley. I'm in the the ass asshole of California. So
Yeah.
I'm in the valley, and yeah, nowhere close to any kind of bases. At least none that would be significant. Anyways, I am close to oh gosh, what is the name of that place? I'm close to Mojave, and there is like an Air Force base there, I believe.
Huh.
Edwards Air Force Base. That's what it
Okay.
is. Yeah, and they actually like
So how far
yeah,
is that from you?
about 45 minutes an hour.
Oh, well.
So yeah, and but I mean, I'm not. You don't pick anybody up there. So and there's no nobody driving Uber out there. The Mojave's too small. So
Yeah,
but
they and all
yeah,
their shit's probably on base anyway. Isn't that like a desert?
yeah, it's a desert. Yeah, yeah.
So
They
they got
land
all their
the
shit on base, so they don't need an Uber.
nah, nah. Yeah, and it's the they land the space shuttle there sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right. Anna brought this up. The Mojave Desert is the smallest and driest desert in North America, spanning roughly 44,000 square miles, primarily across southeastern California and southern Nevada. It
mhm.
lies between the Great Basin Desert and the north and the Sonoran Desert to the south, and is famously known for extreme conditions, including the lowest and hottest point in North America at Death Valley.
Yeah, Death Valley is crazy. There's people who live there. I'm like, you fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
you're in are you in Eastern California then?
no, it would be considered like so I'm in the bottom of the Central Valley. So what used to be way back in the day this massive lake
Uh-huh.
that California used to have that used to go all the way up to like gosh, I can't remember how far it goes up, but way past Fresno and then all the way down to what's called the Grapevine. Now so I'm in Bakersfield, so it's about
Bakersfield?
yeah, Bakersfield.
That's famous,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I know Buck Owens and Corn.
No, Schwarzenegger movie. Which one was it?
Oh yeah, the Butcher of
The
Bakersfield. Yeah.
Bakersfield Butcher.
Yeah, the Butcher
Yeah,
of
the
Bakersfield,
running man, right?
the running man. Yeah, it was
There we
funny
go. Yeah.
when he was running. Okay, and here, so when he was running for governor, he used to come here to Bakersfield a lot,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "I love Bakersfield." He's like, "You treat me so well." And I had a friend who actually would go to his like little rallies,
Uh,
and and he had a sign that said "Butcher of Bakersfield,"
ah.
and he just would smile and laugh at it, you know. But there's a reason why he loved coming to Bakersfield, and that's because you know how Schwarzenegger had an affair with his housekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lived here with her son that she had
Oh.
with him. So
Oh,
she
so
lived here in
he spent a lot
Bakersfield.
of time there.
He spent a lot of time in Bakersfield, and Bakersfield actually used to have this business conference. It was called the Bakersfield Business Conference, and they don't anymore. But a lot of major business leaders would come here. You know, Schwarzenegger came here. Even GW Bush, he came
W.
here. Yeah. So you know, we had a lot of heavy hitters that used to come here for the business conference, and this place is like it is oil rich and agricultural, an agricultural hub. So
Okay.
there's a lot of money here for people who have it, but not not the rest of us. So, but yeah, I think the most I think we produce a lot of the carrots and like Bolt House Farms and stuff like that. So I think if you're having carrots, then you probably are having Bakersfield carrots and also almonds.
Okay.
Yeah. So big on ag, big on oil, and it's hot as fuck here. So
Yeah. What is it
yeah.
right now?
Right now is nice actually. Let me see. Uh, Right now it's 84.
Oh shit. I'm
Yeah.
on the Ohio Michigan border. It's 95 right here.
Well, in
And
2 hours.
Anna's in Kenya. She was saying it was pretty cool there. Actually cold, she said. I don't know what that means
Yeah.
to her, but
Well, in 2 hours, it'll
uh,
end up being, uh, yeah, it'll be 91, 93. So about the same, but
okay.
it's a dry heat, which just feels like somebody's just going like this, like that. They're just breathing on the back of your neck. It's
That's how it
it's
is here right now, dude. It's
yeah,
it's it's a heat wave really for this area.
yeah. We're still relatively cool right now. When we get into after July 4th and all of August, it'll be midnight and it'll still be in the 90s. So it's pretty
Damn.
terrible. Yeah, I hate it here. Can't wait to leave.
Usually in the desert it gets cold at night, don't it? Or cool?
Not
No?
at night, not in the summertime here. But in the winter, it will get cold. Like it'll get down to freezing, but not too much under 30.
Okay.
So, every once in a while we'll have bad winters where like there'll be a freeze and it'll end up ruining the citrus crops. But citrus grows really good here too because it's warm most of the year. So, but I wear shorts all year round. So, uh, yeah, there we go. Bakersfield sign right there.
So I'm back indoors now. As you can see by my background, I'm not in the
Yeah.
underground bunker anymore. My daughter moved out, so I moved back inside. My wife's asking me if she can turn the washer on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't cover I was gonna name this Long Island and Switzerland. We didn't really cover any of that. It was a That's how it goes on this show though, you
Oh,
know?
I
I'm
know.
sure it's like
Yeah.
that on yours too. Have you been
Yeah.
guys been putting out episodes or
Yeah. So we we put out a wrestling episode.
pro wrestling?
Yeah, yeah, but we don't really watch pro wrestling, so we mostly talked about midget wrestling. So we did that, and then but we've got an episode coming up where we're going to talk about missing 411. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You talking about like in the national parks or something
yeah,
different?
yeah. The national parks, the
Okay.
missing people in national parks. I thought about releasing it last Wednesday, but I got lazy and I didn't. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's been kind of like the author of the book is kind of doing his rounds. So was it David Politis? I think is how he says his name. I don't know,
Okay.
um, but anyways, he's former cop and he started noticing patterns and he used to just kind of go at things with kind of like just facts. That's all he was doing. But now he's starting to get into speculation, and I think it's because he's trying to make money. So,
Yeah, probably.
but he's starting to talk UFOs. He's starting to talk more Bigfoot and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
before it was all just what was factual. He wasn't speculating, and now he's speculating. So I don't know how reliable his speculations are, but But yeah, it is very interesting because some of these people that are missing are found miles and miles and miles away from where they were originally located, and
Right.
at elevations that there's no way that they could have hiked that far in that amount of time. And
Especially
then
the little kids,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. Yeah.
Um,
So
I've heard people alluding to thinking that it was like spiritual, man, like the Watchers. I don't know how much you know about that, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't want to get too much into it right now. We got us for another episode.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But tell us about your podcast. Tell us the name of it and stuff.
Okay, so the name is Hoof Hearted. So it's HOOFHEARTED. And it's on Spotify. It's on whatever you end up listening to. So we got
Right.
it on YouTube. We got it on Spotify. But it's just an audio only podcast, so you don't have to see me or Mex's ugly mug. Mex is my co-host, and honestly, it's just if you want to hear a couple of idiots talking about nonsense and conspiracies, then that's the show for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's what we do mostly. We talk about like conspiracies. We did talk about Montauk a little bit ago.
Yeah.
We
Yeah. I want to listen to that one. That's interesting.
yeah, we talked about like the chair, we talked about the monster.
Yeah.
And then we talk about like entertainment stuff. Like just shows that we're watching, video games. I mean,
Pro
I don't
wrestling.
yeah, pro wrestling, yeah. Yeah, so
You know, I
but
used to fuck with Julio about that because he liked pro wrestling. I call him
yeah.
gay and shit. But
It's a soap opera, man. It's a soap opera. I'm
exactly. It's a
it,
soap opera for men.
yeah,
That's what I
and
used to say when I was a kid.
I do think that they're athletes because it is what they are doing to their bodies is totally real,
Oh, look
but
at them, dude.
it
They're
is scripted.
fucking, they're all on steroids
Oh
probably, but
yeah, of course.
still.
But
You can't just take steroids. You gotta lift and you gotta do other
yeah,
things. You know what I mean? So yeah, there definitely are.
yeah, but it's scripted. But it is a soap opera. But yeah, but that's what we talk about. We've got episodes about like dragons. We that dinosaurs are fake, dragons are real.
I
Uh,
agree, 100%.
yep. We've got shows about aliens. We've got whatever you could think of as far as conspiracy stuff goes. Bigfoot, ghosts, things like that. So, and then we'll talk about our lives every once in a while.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Everybody go check it out. Hoof Hearted Podcast. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to hit me up on Instagram, you could go to Doc Farted on Instagram or the Hoof Hearted Podcast on Instagram. That's the best way to contact me. So yeah, just say hello. Say that you heard us on the Conspiracy Soldiers podcast, and I could let Fox know.
Yeah, sounds good, brother.
Yeah, man.
All
I
right,
appreciate
hey,
you letting me back on, man.
we got off track as usual. It's gonna happen every time. It was a good
Yeah.
episode, man.
Yeah, and next time, next time I'm on, I'll try to keep us focused. I'm trying to do that on my show too.
That never
'Cause
happens.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah,
good. It's all
yeah.
good.
All right, man, no problem.
All right, so like, share, subscribe, give us good reviews and all that shit. Same with Who Farted, all right?
Yeah,
And with that, Conspiracy Soldiers is going dark.